This project's a little different. This is the tire lever tool you get from Harbor Freight with their machine. I saw a video online from a Japanese person who had a really great idea. Well, I thought it was great anyway. He had a piece of PVC strapped on this part of the, or screwed to this part of the removal tool, but he still had this, and he had a bit of trouble getting over the lip because there is a nice big weld bulge right there that scrapes over. So I'm looking at all the injury marks on here, and I've got a nice one up here and a few more up there. So I'm thinking about a 1 foot length of this pipe that I've already got sitting around doing nothing, attached to this, and I'm going to get a tap and die set, or a tap set, drill and tap, put screws in it, hold it down, which is what he was doing, and do the whole length of this, maybe cut some bulges for this, make it flat so it goes here. It'll be an interesting project. As you can see, the Black & Decker Workmate, this old one that I've got, 30 odd years old, very handy for holding odd shaped pieces. Makes cutting off a piece of plastic easy. So I'm just using a file to level this off a little bit. You can see it's kind of lumpy. So something like that. Not too much, just enough. So this piece of 1.5" tubing is pretty good because it fits over the bar, which is 1.25 inches. So it's going to be a fairly snug fit by the time it's done on the round part. So I could cut this by hand, but it's kind of a long cut, it's 1 foot long, so yeah, and I've got to do 2 of them. So I'm going to use my little circular saw tool attachment on my Black & Decker matrix drill. The matrix drill is great. Push a button, take the head off, put the other head on, and almost do it one-handed. Almost. Yeah, not bad. It actually cut that in probably less than 30 seconds. So another 30 seconds later, and I've got the raw strip ready to try out on the tool. So this section of pipe here is actually not that bad of a fit on this tool. It's a little gappy at this end, but it looks like it's going to be flexible enough. I can screw that sucker down. I just marked it here because I'm going to take out a little notch out of the plastic to make it fit around this weld, rather than cut the weld down, which I really don't want to do. So I'm going to try and cut a little groove across here with my Dremel. Sorry, it's not a hand tool. It doesn't look too bad. I used the tool in this direction to get the radius on it. Got a little carried away at this near edge. That looks better over that side. And it's fairly evenly grooved all the way across. Let's see how it works on the tool. Okay, well it seems to, it's definitely cleared the weld. So it's hugging pretty tight to the surface. Okay, so I've got a rough idea where I want the holes to be. And I've center punched these 3, and I'm going to drill through. So, resting the piece of PVC on the tire lever in what I think is an appropriate position, I went through and center punched these 2 positions, and I'm going to drill and tap those now. As I was drilling this first hole, I thought I might be a little close to the welded end, because they might have had a pilot on this cast piece that went into the tubing, but I'm about probably 1 inch or 3/4 inch away from that. Drilled through no problem. I thought I was getting a taper tap, but I guess I ordered a bottoming tap, so there's not that many threads on here that are tapered. I'll just have to be careful when I'm tapping it. Okay, got a good dollop of grease on the end. That'll help lubricate it and catch all the debris as it goes through the hole. I'm just doing a demonstration here. I've got through and I can hear that it's a little tight, so I back it off. You hear that? A little bit of swarf backing off. Break that swarf off. Don't go too far round, and back it up. And you can hear it. and keep going. It's getting tight, so I'm going to back it off. Go forward again, hear it snap. When you get through, it becomes obvious because the resistance, goes to pretty much nothing. So the number 10 screw has a 3/16 OD, so I'm going to use a 7/32 hole through the plastic to give me some clearance. Okay, so I'm also countersinking the screw holes with a 3/8 drill bit. It's not quite the same angle as the end of the screw head, but it'll go in the hole and it's a fairly good fit. So I've got the screws in, but I do need to make the countersink a little bigger, or drill a slightly bigger hole through. Maybe I'll go with a slightly bigger hole, and then it'll sit a bit lower. Yeah. Alright, so for the business end of the tire lever, I'm going to put a screw right in the tip. Now that shouldn't come up over the rim, unless it slips out or something. So first of all, I have to center punch it. And that's why I've drilled a hole in this, so I can center punch it. Alright, so there it is. This is the PVC tip I'm trying on the tire lever tool. I've got it on. This is my preferred leading edge. I've kind of put a chamfer on it. I've left the trailing edge alone. There's a screw that pokes through here that I cut off and then filed off. So I think I'm ready for a trial on a tire with an alloy rim now.